Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Sam or Warstars here, and we're back with the RPM Let's Talk video podcast, or not video, but just podcast. And today we have a few people. We have Ryan or MMFQ Death.
What is going on?
We got Preston or Zyrex TV. Okay.
He doesn't like to talk.
Okay. Brennan or Mr. Glacier Dude.
Hey, what up?
Corey, who's just a special guest. He doesn't really have a YouTube channel. And Jack, the Daily Game.
Hey guys.
Wow. He just dissed you the hell out, Corey.
Yeah.
You gonna take that?
What's that about?
You gonna take that?
Wait, are we started?
I'm sorry, Corey. You didn't know we started, Preston?
I wasn't even here.
Yeah, we noticed.
We introduced you and you
Alright.
didn't talk. So...
Alright.
Yeah,
Sorry,
his YouTube channel is www.youtube.com/I'mABender.
HTTP colon dash dash. No wait, it was dash dash colon.
Hypertext Terminal Protocol Secure : / YouTube.com or www World Wide Web .youtube.com
Sam
commercial / Zyrex TV. If you want to get things, if you want to stop using abbreviations, that's what you gotta say.
Jesus Christ.
So, today we wanted to talk about, Game of the Year and a list of games this year. To kind of get our thoughts on everything. So, we should just jump right in. Ryan?
Yeah.
Oh, just making sure you're still here, because you weren't talking much.
Yeah,
because I
Joe
know you...
Gucci.
Why would
Okay.
Ryan not be here?
So, I did remember
I'm here
one
so
thing
hard.
just right now, Ryan. I swear I remember this. Windows tweeted at you.
Yes, it's your boy.
Yeah.
Go Charlie.
Okay, so
Windows-
essentially what happened is there were these people on Twitter who, I asked the dude for, what his specs were, because he just got a new rig, and I was like, oh, that's awesome, cool, dude, that's, awesome. I remember when I got my first rig, and he was just like, yeah, I got Windows 7, obviously, and I was just like, why obviously? Windows 8 is, a lot better in the form of, everything. And he was just like, oh, I'm using it for gaming, and Windows 8 is bad for gaming, and I was just like, it's better than Windows 7 for gaming, sir. And then one of his friends decided he wanted to comment on it and just be like, no, Windows 8 is shit, for no reason. And I was
And this
just
was
like,
all through Twitter.
yep, every single bit of it. So I was just like, well, obviously you don't know what you're talking about if you're going to say that Windows 8 is shit and you haven't really used it or anything. So I just kind of took it with a grain of salt and, kind of explained a couple things. And then I, get off Twitter and I, wake up today and I noticed that Windows is like, hey, thanks for supporting Windows 8. We appreciate it. What devices do you use it on? And I was like, what?
Well, you obviously don't have a Windows phone or tablet, so just your computer.
Yeah. I mean,
Do you like Windows tablets and phones over iPhones?
No.
No.
Okay.
Okay, now when I say that, it's mainly the same reason as why I use an iPhone instead of having an Android or a BlackBerry, for instance, which I think the BlackBerry is the superior phone, in all honesty, because just the technology is a little bit better. And
Are you talking about
Black-
the Z10?
The BlackBerry Z10.
Z10, yes,
Z10.
the Z10.
Z10.
Do they really call it the Z10?
No, they don't call it the Z10.
No. I'm talking about in England.
Well, in other countries, yeah, they do. Some countries do say Z instead
Yeah,
of
I'm
Z.
sorry, but that starts... No, I know they say Z and everything. I talked about that in a Seed Spotlight, but what I'm saying is, did they actually call the product the Z10?
No, they do not actually call it that. The company
Yeah, I know.
RIM doesn't,
Okay.
but people do. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's what's it called? It is a marketable thing. So
Yep.
the product has a legitimately trademarked name as pronounced the Z10.
Okay.
Okay. Right.
So
here
now
it
I
is.
think
No,
we
wait,
should
wait.
probably... What? Preston?
It's trademarked as the letter.
No,
Z.
it is
C.
trademarked as a pronounced version, the Z10.
Okay. So anyways...
If you go watch RPM's, or not RPM, I don't know why I said that, RIM's, blog about it, or their product review, or anything like that from RIM themselves, they even say it is pronounced, the Z10.
So, there was a lot of games that were released this year.
Yep.
And I know, in your opinion, Ryan, you said that the lineup was pretty bad.
Yeah,
Right.
honestly.
Compared
very
to other
impressed.
years, I would agree with you. There have been better years, but there were some actually pretty good choice games that are getting released later this year, and some that were released earlier this year. So I'm going to go off, I have a list of games pulled up here in my second monitor, and I'm going to be asking you guys what your thoughts are on these games, and I'm going to be saying my thoughts too. Obviously, we can't go too long on each game, but if you don't know what the game is, then we'll just move on.
Hey Ryan, I love it how he mentioned that they're pulled up on his second monitor.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the first game of this year was released on January 8th called Anarchy Reigns.
Yep.
Not sure if you've heard of it. Have you heard of it, Ryan?
I heard a little bit about it, but not a whole bunch has really been.
I
touched on it.
watched one of my favorite commentators that I like to watch, SSOHPKC, did a Let's Play on it, and I honestly, the story seemed kind of interesting, but I really didn't like the game. I looked at it and I was like, no.
Well, how
it came
much
out.
interesting is kind of interesting? Like, how interesting is that?
On a scale of 1 to 20. 1 to 11.
On a
1 to
scale
10.
of 1 to not enough.
1 to 12 and a half.
I'm just gonna say 1 to 10, and I would probably say I'd give it like a flat 6 on the story.
That's
I
not
know.
horrible.
And by the way,
Really?
guys, this is all opinion. This is all opinion, so don't come at us like
To be
saying
honest,
that we have.
6 isn't very flat. Like, the number 1, that's pretty flat. Because when you look, right, if you go onto your keyboard, type in 1 and 6, you can see that the 1 is flat. The 6 has got some curves to it.
Yeah. I see what you did there. But 1 does have some curves.
1 does not have any curves in it.
It has 1.
No, it
Sure.
doesn't.
Yes, it does.
There are no curves in that.
Might be an edge, but not a curve.
Exactly.
Oh, well then.
A corner.
Anyways, Anarchy Reigns was released January 8th. I remember the story was like, it's in the future, like a bit, and you play as this very strong, burly guy, and it's in like a post-apocalyptic time where it's like, I think it's Russia where it takes place, but it's,
I am from Russia.
and
These
it's,
are my 12 wives.
and it is in fact, it's like an anarchy, obviously by the title it's Anarchy Reigns, but it's like, it's an anarchy and everything in that kind of matter. Can you please stop typing, whoever is? Who is typing?
No idea.
Lon is Lon.
Lowen? We'll tell him to stop. Well, actually, I'm going to go and do not disturb. Probably should have done that before, but anyways, we spent too much time on that. Yeah, I'm just kidding. But, well, we did a bit. But anyways, the next game was released on January 15th, DMC Devil May Cry. Well, the real title, I think, should be Devil May Cry 5, because it's the 5th in the Devil May Cry series, but I'm not sure if any of you guys played any of the previous...
Never heard of it, never played it.
I played it. It wasn't the most fantastic or interesting or really even good game at all, honestly.
I know DeAndre is kind of like one of those people who would like that kind of game.
Ooh, Facebook notification.
Wow, what was that, Sam? Huh?
No, he told me that he did like the game.
I
That
know,
it was a pretty
I'm
good
just
game.
messing, dude.
It's kind of like the combat is like a Bayonetta approach a bit.
Oh, the
I
Mystic Gamer messaged me on Facebook.
It's kind of like you have a sword, and you also have guns, but obviously your sword is much better.
Yeah.
Like your guns don't do anything; they just kind of weaken the enemies just a bit. Like you have 2 pistols that have like infinite ammo,
Mm-hmm.
and you have like a sword that will like beat and kick the crap out of enemies.
That sounds hot.
Yeah. Anyways, I never heard anything about this game or the next few games. The Cave released on January 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna scroll down a bit. Do you guys know anything about The Cave that was released January 22nd?
No.
All right. Next game, Naughty Bear Double Trouble. Never heard of that.
I think I heard of like the first Naughty Bear,
Yeah.
and it was like pretty much torture or something.
What is Naughty Bear about though?
I really don't know. I didn't play it. I know some people that played it though, and
Okay.
it was pretty much just beating stuff up.
I see. Next was Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, released the same day as Naughty Bear Double Trouble, January 22nd. Anything about that? It sounds like I don't know.
I haven't heard anything about it.
Nope, me neither. Next, this doesn't sound too much like a game, but more of like a package, like a Game of the Year edition. Hitman Trilogy,
Yeah.
January 29th. there's nothing really to say about that since it's just all the Hitman games.
Yeah, it's not really its own game. It's just more of a
Like a big Game of the Year edition, sort of.
yeah.
All right. Next we have February. That was all the releases in January. Next February, first game released in February, Fire Emblem Awakening, released on February 4th. I've heard really good things about the Fire Emblem series. I never played any of the Fire Emblem games, but I've heard that they were amazing by a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
They were all right. I mean, again, I wasn't like a huge fan of them or anything like that, but they're pretty good, I guess. Like, I don't know.
what were they released for? Weren't they like more Nintendo based?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So the next game, I'm sure you guys have all heard of this, Dead Space 3, released the day after on February 5th, which a lot of people did Let's Plays on. That game I've heard was pretty good. It did get pretty good reviews, didn't it?
Yes, it did. It got fantastic reviews.
Yeah, I heard that it
Yum.
was a great story. And that the DLC, the Awakened DLC, got pretty good reviews too.
Yeah, it did.
It
Which
got
I
yum-
actually... I
it got
watched
yummy.
a full Let's Play of the Awakened DLC because I'm not a huge fan of the whole Dead Space series. I wouldn't play the games, but I like watching. Like, it's kind of like,
Okay,
like
I'm
watching...
sorry to interrupt, and I'm sorry for everybody listening to this, but I'm turning my air conditioner on because it is way too hot.
Same.
see.
Wait, mine's already on. Really?
Yeah, mine was
Central-
off because
Hashtag Central Air.
it's loud. I don't even care, dude. It's way too hot. Like,
Yeah. So that was released February 5th. I didn't really play any of the games in the Dead Space series, but I know I watched the full Let's Play of the Awakened DLC because it was really short. It was like an hour long. But because I watched somebody play it, and it looked like a really good DLC, and, it kind of leaves you... I felt like the DLC, like, after you play, it kind of leaves you in anticipation for, like, a Dead Space 4.
Anticipation.
It's like a cliffhanger, a really big cliffhanger.
I'm on a cliffhanger right now.
Next game, Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, released the same day as Dead Space 3.
oh yeah.
I never played in the Sly Cooper games. Like, I said that for everything. Sly Cooper, I heard that was a pretty good series, actually. Like, I heard... I've seen, like, some things on it. I looked at some videos on it. Obviously, the game style and everything is just not my kind. Like, I just wouldn't play it. But I think it got some pretty good reviews. And the next game was released 5 days after, on February 10th, Brain Age Concentration Training. Now, I remember playing the original. I don't think it was the original, but it was one of the Brain Age games on my Nintendo DS.
Oh, to be honest, I wouldn't consider these to be games.
They're more educational.
I just don't even consider them games at all, honestly.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can understand. Because it's educational, and that's not what games are supposed to do.
No, that's not what I mean
joking.
at all.
I'm joking. Yeah, I know. But Brain Age is just, like, one of those games that you don't really... No. I played one of the Brain Age games, and it was good. It was good for, like, some thinking practice, I guess.
Yeah.
Next game. Now, this got horrible reviews, I know. Aliens Colonial Marines.
Because it was a bad game.
It was. Now, the reason it was bad was because story was pretty predictable. Extremely repetitive. Like, the amount of repetitive is just too high.
That is the stupidest meme, and you use it all the time, and it bothers me.
I said too high. I didn't have anything else in it. I
It's
just...
still
I
the same
wasn't
meme.
even
Still the
intending
same
to...
meme. Still the same meme.
I wasn't even intending to make it a meme. I was just trying to say it's too high.
I just
It's
found a
awesome.
dungeon.
Now look, instead of going through all these stupid games that none of us know about and making this extremely boring, why don't we just go to the games that you think
Okay.
qualify
Sounds
as
good.
being good games?
Or not, like, just games to talk about that we all know.
Yeah.
All right. So Aliens Colonial Marines got some pretty bad reviews. I know because it was repetitive and it just didn't have a very good story, and yeah, that kind of stuff. And next game, is I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of this, Crisis 3.
Crisis.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Correct me if I'm
Honest-
mistaken, but Sam, didn't you do a series on it?
no, I didn't.
Ah.
But Crisis 3 was released February 19th. To be honest, in my opinion, Crisis is one of those games where you play the campaign, but you like multiplayer much better. Like, it's a game made for the multiplayer.
No. No, not at all. Not in any sense. That is actually the complete and utter opposite.
So you think it's not a good multiplayer, but a good campaign?
What, Crisis?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not a good multiplayer. I'm just saying that is not the reason anybody buys it. The reason why everybody buys it is because of the intense and amazing graphics and the
Oh,
deep
yeah, that's
and
part of it.
thought-out storylines. Like, the multiplayer is, if anything, a plus. Like, I have never once heard of anybody be like, I have to get Crisis because it has good multiplayer. I've always heard, dude, did you see, like, that, like, demo for Crisis? The graphics look amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember I was,
Crisis
like,
1 is
looking at,
still
like-
a benchmark for PCs.
Yeah, I remember I was seeing like gameplay and stuff, and they're like, so this is what's like the first thing they talk about in Crisis 3 is like, okay, so here's what the required or minimum specs are for your PC to handle this at like a you know, like a high graphics quality.
Uh-huh.
Now I think you guys have heard of this Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Anybody?
Yes.
I've heard of it. I was never. It's more of a fighting game, I believe, right?
Metal Gear?
Yeah.
No.
Did you just say
Yeah.
pedo gear?
Metal. Like
Yeah,
metal.
I thought you were talking. But
It's not funny. Like, not really.
It's not funny at all. Preston's just silly.
Yeah. You're kind of
Ryan, I'm not silly. You're a silly Willy.
You're wet.
Wow. All right. So Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. I never really played any of the Metal Gear games. I saw like a little bit of gameplay from it, but that was that.
It's funny because you're American.
That's racist.
A few sports games came out early in March. And Major League Baseball, 2K13, and MLB 13 The Show came
No one
out.
cares about sports games. Those aren't going to be
Yeah,
games of
really.
the year.
FIFA 13 was out in 2012, but I mean, the amount of people that
And
play
it was
2013
equally
maybe?
stupid.
Yep.
Now I know DeAndre liked this game, Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3.
Meh.
I like that game.
Meh.
It was like a fighting game, wasn't it?
What?
Yep.
Of course. No, it was a gun game.
No, I know that you could walk around and everything. And it
No,
was
dude,
like,
in Naruto, like, let me tell you something about Naruto. It's crazy. Everybody construes it as being this fighting game with magic and stuff. Now, that's not what it is. Never. What you really do is you spawn, and you have this, like,
not like
fire
Battlefield.
in your eyes, and you could fight, but if you turn around and do a 720 no-scope with
Yeah, it's
your
much better.
chakra...
No, a
I
1080
don't even know if
no-scope.
I'm using these
1080.
terms correctly. No, it's a 720. Shh, I know the glitch, sir. Okay, then you'll spawn with an intervention, with an aimbot and a wall hack, dude, and you just like run around and you're just like 360 no scope. Oh, optic, just sign me now.
sign me up for Optic.
Sam,
Yeah.
no.
You jump
What?
up in the air and you're just like, all right, this is gonna be racist.
Didn't at some point DeAndre like try to make a series of boss battles in that game?
What happened to that?
He made one
no
video
one
on it.
watched it because it's Naruto.
I think he made like 2.
I remember the
pretty
one
good-
time I got into an argument with Demi about Naruto, right? Because he's like this huge Naruto fan, right?
Yeah.
Well, he was sitting there and he was like talking about the correct pronunciations of like the different things in Naruto. And he was like, Sasuke, okay? And I was like, I never understood his name. I always like messed with my brother because I'd always just call him Sasuke. Just to make my
call him
brother mad.
Sasuke.
Just to make my brother mad. I would just be like, yo, so how's that Sasuke guy doing? And he's just like, it's Sasuke. And I was like, no, it's not. Look at how it's spelled. It's Sasuke. And he was like, it's not English. And I was like, oh. So it's Sasuke.
It's like, how would you know? You're not Japanese.
But so then he's like, oh, it's another thing. Oh yeah, Demi was like talking about like Naruto, and he's like, oh yeah, dude, like I hate it when people pronounce things in Naruto wrong. And I was just like, then why did you just pronounce the name wrong? And he's like, I didn't. I said Naruto. And I was like, that's not how it's actually pronounced. And he's like, yes, it is. Even though I call it that, I'm just saying, it is technically supposed to be pronounced Naruto.
Naruto.
That's the correct pronunciation. So he's just like, I'm not. And Angie's sitting there, right? And I was just like, yeah, it is. And he's just like, no, it's not. And I was like, Angie. And she was like, no, it's supposed to be pronounced Naruto. You even told me that before. And Dre was just like,
Preston.
so? I was saying
Preston.
it right. He was like, you don't even watch that show. And I was like, dude, don't even talk about Sasuke like that.
Lol. Anyways, a bit off topic, but that's
Naruto.
fine. We're supposed to do that at points. Tomb Raider was released the same day.
Ugh.
A
Doesn't
lot
work
of
on
games-
NVIDIA GPUs.
What?
Tomb Raider isn't working on NVIDIA GPUs at the moment.
Hayden was like Hayden the killer polar bear.
Just bought a
Hayden the
brand
Killer.
new GTX 660 or 670.
No, 770.
No shush, I'm getting there. Bought a brand new 670 FTW. A week later, he's like, I want the 770. So he sends it back, gets the 770, comes in the mail. Gets it during the Steam Summer Sale. Gets it all hooked up, buys Tomb Raider, and he's like so hyped for this game. He's like, yeah, I got my GPU, I can play Tomb Raider. Then he loads it up, and it's like, Tomb Raider has quit responding. Please close the program and try again. So he does
That
it.
voice.
Without that voice, though, obviously. That's just my Windows voice. So he does. Then he loads it back up. And it's like, Tomb Raider has stopped responding. Again. And he's just like, what the... And just goes ham. Like, polar
In
bear
that
ham.
order.
Yeah. So, he, like, searches all over Google. He tried using different driver versions. He tried the newest beta drivers, which he already had installed. He tried legacy drivers, old drivers, compatibility drivers, just everything you can think of. He tried, like, editing the preferences files in, like, the game directory. Nothing
Is he in love
works.
with that game?
Everything. He wanted to play it so bad. Because
Yeah.
he, like, had it for PS3, I think he said. And then he sold it because he has his PC.
Yeah.
Ah.
And he was like so hyped to play it, and then it just will not launch. And he like tweeted at the people. So the people who made Tomb Raider, I forget who it is. They're currently working on other games right now. So they said it could take up to 3 months to get back to any technical support questions.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And we're just like, what kind of game
So
company are you
pissed.
that just because you're working on a game, you can't respond to anybody for 3 months? What do? Work out of a garage? I responded to people more frequently on Game Dev Tycoon when I did work out of a garage.
His heart broke.
Game
Demo.
Dev Tycoon.
That game was great.
That game
Yeah.
is great. What do you mean was?
Well, I mean, like, I kind of rage quit when I played it.
Well, you rage quit because you didn't make any good games, and you named everything after stars.
Excuse me, sir.
Excuse
yes,
you,
that is
sir.
true.
That
That
is
is
so right.
Okay, so next game was released the same day as Tomb Raider and Naruto and MLB 13 and Major League Baseball.
And it's called Porno Strike XXX.
No, SimCity.
Oh, that was close. That's the same
The
thing.
new
Yeah.
SimCity. I do remember the new SimCity was having a lot of technical issues when
Yeah.
it first came out.
Everybody was so mad because it was like the first big game to go fully DRM.
Yeah.
DRM.
He's going DRM!
No, Sam.
No.
No.
He's
Then,
going ham.
So then, it kind of just
Went to shit.
people, yeah. Then after that, a pretty popular game, which I'm sure a lot of people, it's a popular series, and I heard it was really good. God of War Ascension.
Meh.
Meh.
Never been a big fan of those games. I heard it was a decent game, but compared to the older ones, it wasn't nearly as good, supposedly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, again, is every game now, so...
Then we got on that same day, March 12th, StarCraft 2: Heart of the Swarm.
So, DLC.
No, this was a game.
It's StarCraft 2, though.
Really? I thought that.
StarCraft 2 is
I guess it
out.
is a DLC. Because I thought it was like a new campaign though.
Well, is it?
I do remember. Yes, it's a new campaign.
But it's still StarCraft 2.
Yeah, that's what confuses me. It's
That's
like
dumb.
maybe there's a typo on this website and they meant to say StarCraft
No.
Heart of the Swarm.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, it could be.
Next game, I'm not sure if you played this. I know you owned an Xbox. Did you sell that Xbox or do you still have it?
It's literally sitting under my foot right now.
Okay. But did you ever play any of the Gears of War's games?
Yeah, but I wasn't a big fan of third-person, like, primary third-person shooters, like Gears of War and...
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, Saints Row and GTA, those are fun because you can do other things in them but just, like, shoot people. Like, even the third-person modes on Call of Duty, like, even back in Modern Warfare 2, I'm just so bad at it and I don't find it enjoyable at all.
I see.
So
So that came
Even
out
in
March
Modern
19th.
Warfare 2.
yeah, I hated the third-person mode.
But Gears of War
When you
Judgment.
say in Modern Warfare 2, you on about the phase where you like spent like
You played
Yeah,
Modern
like
Warfare
every
3
day.
for your channel.
Yeah, just, like,
Right.
every day.
Didn't you play Modern Warfare 3 for your channel at some point, Preston?
No. Oh, Preston? I don't
No,
Yeah.
not Modern Warfare 3. What are you on?
You mean you put a camcorder up to your TV and record it?
Dude, that's how you know that you're, like, dedicated to it. If you did it back when you couldn't do it any other way. Like, you make
Yeah,
fun of me
sure.
and Preston for both doing that, but it just
I
shows
wasn't
our
making fun of
dedication.
you. Oh wait, a long time ago. Like that was 2011 though.
Dude, that was before
He's
2011.
still done it,
I think
though.
that was 2010.
Yeah, but you made your account back in 2007, right?
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, I think it was. Like you made it back then.
I want to say it was like 2007 or 2009. I don't know, something like that.
How does Sam know
But
this
Gears
stuff?
of War Judgment did come out.
Apparently,
Yeah,
it's a great game.
Gears of War Judgment?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I did see a lot of gameplay on it. It did look very fun, actually. Like it looked pretty fun. Like, but on co-op. It looked fun on co-op.
Did
You
it
know,
have a whole
co-op-
new campaign?
I'm not sure. I think Judgment was like about. It was like a prequel.
Oh,
So, like,
Yeah.
Judgment's like about this.
Yeah, I
it's
heard the
this
story is,
prequel
like,
to-
fucking fantastic. Like,
It's like I think it was like Baird or
people
Cole
were
or
making their
somebody.
controllers sticky. That's how fantastic it was.
Yeah. And then what happened was like I think it was about Baird or Cole, and it was like a long time ago, and it was about like I think it was like one of them was getting arrested. Like
yeah.
I can't remember if it was Baird or Cole. I didn't play any of the Gears of War, so I know nothing about it. But I do remember you play as one of them, or no, you play as them, of course. But I mean, like, I like one of them was like getting arrested and stuff happens, and then yeah, I don't know. But I heard Gears of War Judgment was a pretty good game. Army of Two: The Devil's Cartel was released on March 26th. I heard it got like, judging by a lot of things I've seen, it got kind of mixed. I've always felt like the Army of Two series is kind of like just that series that's gonna keep going on, but like nobody pays attention.
Dude, I love not Arma 2, the Army of 2. Like, that,
Yeah.
to me, was a fantastic series. I loved everything that game ever did. Like, that was just such a cool concept to me. Like, because it was one of the first FPSs I ever played, like, besides Halo. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it was just incredible to me to, like, see this game that just had co-op play, like full cooperative play down to a science. Like, that just amazed me, like, so much. I was just like, that is easily one of the coolest things that anyone has ever done in the history of humankind.
And yeah, Army of Two. I watched a lot of gameplay on it. And it looked really fun, actually. Like it looked like a pretty strategic FPS.
Yeah, well,
Not FPS. Like it's not an FPS, obviously.
what kind of is?
Like it's first-person shooter. It's a third-person
yeah,
game.
but I mean, I get what
It's
you
a
meant.
shooter.
That's what I'm saying, though. Is I understand what you meant.
Yeah. but I feel like it's a really strategic game, and I like those. Like where you have to get behind cover and stuff, and throw grenades and shoot like different people. Like in a lot of some FPS. I was about to say frames per second because they both have the same abbreviation, but basically, in a lot of them, it's just kind of like go out, shoot people. But in this, I kind of felt like it's like, oh yeah, be sure to like run up a couple feet to that cover right there, take out that sniper that is up there because he's a pretty big threat, and then use a grenade to wipe out the rest of these guys, and then just mow that last guy down with your SMG.
Essentially.
That's what I liked about Army of Two. And next, on that same day, BioShock Infinite was released. One of the most hyped up games. One of them. Keep in mind, I said one of them.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun.
One of the most hyped up games of 2013.
Easily.
Because it was the third installment of the BioShock series. I heard that, I know one of my friends played it, and he, beat it in a reasonable time. And what he said was the ending was not very good, which I did, like, I've seen, I've seen, like, a whole playthrough of the whole BioShock game, because I didn't really think I was going to get it. I may get it, though, just to play it, but, like, my friend said the ending was kind of bad, but it was, like, the whole cameo with, like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but, like, you see something from the first game, and it's great.
I agree.
Yeah, like, the ending wasn't so great, but when they put that cameo from the first game in, it made it really good, like, the ending pretty good. But the whole game was actually, I heard it, okay, my friend said 1 was good, 2 was horrible, 3 was the best.
I completely disagree. I think that 1 was the best. 2 was moderate.
Yeah, like 2 was...
meh. But 3, I definitely would not say is the best.
Yeah, I didn't really play the BioShock Infinite, so I don't really know my opinion on that.
I don't know. I would probably say that 1 is the best. 2 is...
Didn't you say you weren't a huge fan of the BioShock series, though?
I'm not. That's the thing. I'm not, but I still recognize it as a just spectacularly fantastic game.
You see, that's what I like about you. You may not like a game, but you still respect other people's opinions.
Well, it's not just the opinions either. It's just the fact that, the game is obviously loved by so many people that if you try to deny that it's a fantastic game, you're just going against the mass population that's saying that it is. And not only does that make you a stuck-up person, but it also makes
They're gonna
you
track
very,
you down and they're gonna
like...
beat your ass.
Stop
That's
pressing.
like
But it also makes you, like, a very, kind of like prejudiced person. Like, you're really prejudiced about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of that. I think that that's, like, something... Like, everybody's entitled to an opinion, which is, like, the biggest thing. Is everybody is definitely entitled to that. And if you don't give them that opportunity, then you're just... I don't know. You're just a horribly stupid person, and I have no respect for you as a human being. But I don't know. I just think like just because you don't like a game, saying that it's bad is just like it just doesn't make sense to me.
All right. So now we're up to the April releases. The first game that's pretty notable that came out was Injustice: Gods Among Us. What did you think? What do you think, Ryan? Did you see any gameplay or play
I
it?
saw a little bit. Wasn't too like meh.
I felt like it was a bit cheesy. The game.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is just me, and I'm sorry if anybody's offended by this, but I feel like it's really cheesy how all the superheroes like continuously keep calling themselves by their superhero name.
What do you mean?
Just a bit.
Superman!
Like, I mean, like, they're like, all right, Batman, you got this. It's like, okay, Superman. And it's like, all right, Flash, what do you see? And it's like, I feel like it's a bit cheesy.
He sees
Just my opinion. Just my opinion.
He sees Sam just standing naked
What
in
do you,
front of
I mean,
he's-
what do you
No,
mean?
I see what you're saying there. I mean, I agree.
But other than that, like, I mean, the game is just a fighting game. Like, it's basically just cutscenes and fighting. And it's a really short game, so it's just, like, for like a 4.5 hour or however long it was. I don't even know. I just know like people played the entire game within like 12 episodes.
Yeah.
Like, and that's at like a standard length. Like starting off with like a 30-minute episode and the rest of the episodes are like 15 minutes. So, it was a pretty short game, and, it's just continuous of just fighting upon fighting, which I know a lot of people do like a lot of fighting games, which sounds pretty cool. I mean, it's all cool and everything. I don't know. I just never was a gigantic fan of fighting games. I mean, I may try it at some point, just to try it out, but I don't know. Let's see. Next game that came out, probably one of the least favorite games that I played that Ryan has made fun of me for, like telling me it's on sale and everything, Dead Island Riptide. Basically, I remember...
You're gonna say.
Basically, I played this game for my channel, and I played like 16 episodes, then I took a really long break, and then I'm like, do I really have to finish this?
No, you didn't.
But I wanted to at the same time.
See, here's the thing that me and Sam get into like turmoil over, is when he says, do I have to do something? And I tell him no.
And I still do it regardless.
But I do. And I'm like, but you really don't. And
My
he's
people
just like,
need me.
but I do. And the
But my
reason
people
why
need-
I tell him that he doesn't is because it's a simple fact. And I guarantee that if you actually are subscribed to Sam and you guys like his content and you watch it, then you'll agree with this. Or vice versa with any other YouTuber. If they're not having fun recording something, why the hell would you want to watch it? It's just not
I liked it
entertaining.
at
It's
first.
fake. Yeah, but I'm saying when you said that you didn't like it, like, that's so
The
fake.
commentary.
That's just so fake. Like, that isn't amusing to me at all. Like, I can tell when someone is doing, like, fake commentary, even when they're just, like, doing it to, like, try to finish it off. It just sounds so fake. It, like, bothers me to my core when people do that. It's just,
I see what
like,
you're saying.
bad. I don't know. Like,
Bad doggy.
Yeah.
One reason why I wanted to finish playing it, though, was I really wanted to see how it would end. And it was a pretty bad ending, just saying.
well, of course it was. It was Dead Island Riptide.
Like, I honestly, people were saying, oh my god, this game is so bad. The ending was horrible. So then I'm like, okay, I'm going to play this game, and I want to finish it just to see the ending.
How did it end?
And then I see the ending, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to join all those people who said that it was bad. Anyways, Ryan's favorite game came out the same day Dead Island Riptide did. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen.
Oh, yeah, dude, that game is so good. It's all over the place. I would, like, make sweet little babies with that game. That's how good it is. It's like, when I see that game advertised, I'm just like, why would anybody ever play any other RPG? I mean, this one
Okay,
is far
so,
superior.
Okay, let's get serious here. Basically,
Shitty game. What?
yeah. I remember one time DeAndre, Ryan, and I think it was Lucas, Brennan, and Corey.
All made sweet
What they
loving
did-
babies. What?
What they did was they were talking about, they're like, Dragon's Dogma, way better game than Skyrim. And they were just joking the whole time, but they made Ryan so angry.
No, I
I'm not-
like Skyrim though.
Skyrim is an amazing game. It's like one of the best RPGs I've ever played.
I remember that.
I'm lost.
And anyways, so Dragon's Dogma, never played it, never tried it. I have nothing to say about it.
No,
Have you ever
in
played
all
Dragon's
seriousness, yeah, I have. In all seriousness, it's a good game, and it seriously is. Like, I'm not just. It seriously is a good game.
Well, when you compare it to Skyrim,
Well, when you compare any RPG to an Elder Scrolls game, it just doesn't work for it. Like, okay, for instance, I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. I have played literally every single game that they have ever made.
even 13 too.
Yes, even back when they were like Square Enix. Okay, like I played every single game they've ever come out with from Final Fantasy 1 up. And I'm a huge fan of the games. But comparing it to an Elder Scrolls game, it doesn't even look like an RPG.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because
But
Elder Scrolls is just such an amazing RPG world creator and lore
I
creator.
agree. I
And
completely
they already
agree.
have this immense background of knowledge and lore. And I mean, everything in Skyrim is so intricately put together. Like, every quest has, like...
I don't know about you,
Like,
but
it goes by laws of physics. Like, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. That is in Skyrim, if you really think about it.
but here's the thing. I don't know about you, but one of the reasons I like RPGs is I play them to learn about the lore.
That's not why I play them, but I do.
I
when
mean,
I'm
I
there.
obviously play them for gameplay choice and everything else.
No, I see
but-
what you're saying, but that's not why I play them. Like, I picked
But
up.
that's one of the big reasons why I like
In
RPGs.
all honesty,
I like to learn the
probably
backstory
never
and
would have picked up Skyrim if it wasn't for me playing Oblivion.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Because without Skyrim, without Oblivion, I would have never known about Skyrim. I would have just been like, meh. Oh, this game, it sucks. Like, in all honesty.
Let's see. Next game, Star Trek. I heard that got pretty bad reviews. Star Trek the game.
Yeah, because it's.
I don't know about you, but whenever you see like a movie made into a game, a good majority of the time it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, it is.
Like those party games that they make out of like animated movies, like animated kid movies. Sometimes they'll make like a game out of it, but it'll just be like a party game, or even if they did do like a game with a storyline, it'd be horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I hate those so much with a burning passion. But I mean, Star Trek obviously wasn't an animated movie, but I'm just saying. Anyways, Minecraft Xbox 360 edition with the retail edition, I do remember came out April 30th.
Yeah, we talked
I would
about that a
wrap up.
couple of podcasts ago. I said like the disc version came out,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Not gonna lie. NGL.
Yeah. Wait, what does NGL mean?
Not gonna lie.
Oh,
Nigger.
all right.
Nigger.
Don't say
NGL.
that, Preston. You cannot say that
Yeah,
on the
seriously,
pod.
no.
Yeah,
Well, I
don't say
can't-
that.
What did I say?
What do you
Loud.
think?
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
fans.
Very loud, sir.
Ooh.
I can barely understand you. Your fans are like,
Okay, I'll pronounce the G as a J so it doesn't sound.
No,
as
you're not gonna
more
say
like-
it at all.
Nigel.
No,
Nigel.
seriously.
no, don't.
No.
Don't.
Sounds
seriously.
like
I don't
Nigel.
care, dude. I'm not joking with you, Preston. Shut
But
up.
when we were just recording the RPM Let's Talk podcast,
See,
or Let's Talk.
this is
What you
the
guys talking
problem with what time in the recording are we at right now?
Let me check
42
really
minutes.
quick.
So I'm gonna like make a
And-
note of that. 42 minutes cut. Okay.
Okay, so
No, wait.
now we're
Preston,
up to
look, we're cutting this. I'm just letting you know. 42 minutes is what I'm cutting. Preston, stop being a fucking idiot on stuff like this. That is the reason why I get so irritated, is because you do stupid stuff like say the N-word.
I didn't.
Yes, you
actually say
did.
it,
Yes,
though.
you did, and then you started joking about it. No,
Yes, you
that's
did.
a no.
Yes, you did.
End of story. No more discussion. Done.
No, that's a no.
Okay,
Go
and
sit in the
back.
corner.
Sam, let me ask you, how would you say NGL if it was like a word?
NGL.
Yeah, like,
I would ask what the abbreviation is, because obviously I've been on the
No, but-
internet long enough to consider that.
I'm not talking about
everything is an
it as
abbreviation.
an abbreviated word. If that was just a word, like a straight off word,
I get what
NGL,
you're saying,
spelled like
but
that.
the way you said it, it
Say
had an R
Nigel?
in it.
Nigel, like the name Nigel.
Look,
We're
Preston,
gonna let
I
us sit
completely
back.
understand what you're saying, but you said it with an R in it.
A what?
With an R.
Yeah.
Till the abyss.
It sounded directly like the N-word. Me and Sam both heard it, and we were like, what did he just say? And that's not
I mean,
cool.
I've heard it too. What was that? What was that?
That was a rage.
NGL, it's like
That was a homo.
Okay.
nigger,
Anyways,
nigger.
Dude!
nigger.
stop it.
You literally just said it again.
I
Like,
didn't
yes,
say
you
that.
did.
There's no.
Yes,
Brennan.
you did.
Did you
there's
hear
no
the
R in
R?
it.
Did you hear Zyrex just say the N-word?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it is.
heard it.
So
Yeah.
everybody hears it saying, like, nigger.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you
So
did.
Preston, here's
said
the
that.
end of the line. Drop it. Do not say it again. Done. Let's continue.
All right. May releases. First, we got Metro Last Light May 14th. Heard was pretty good. Hayden said he liked it a lot.
Yeah, he said it was an awesome game.
And I did see a lot of gameplay on it. It did look really good. Next game, I know, Ryan, I think you said you weren't a big fan of the Resident Evil series, but Resident Evil Revelations was released on May 21st.
Fantastic. No, I don't
But-
know. I'm not a huge fan at all of the Resident Evil series as a whole. I've just never.
Resident
been a
Evil
big-
6 got really bad reviews, didn't it?
Yeah, it did for good reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never been a fan of the movies or the games. I mean, I'm not really the best person to comment on that, but I just
I never really
was a
liked the
huge
series
fan.
either. I wasn't a huge fan of Resident Evil at pretty much any time, but I did know that I did watch some Resident Evil Revelations gameplay. I honestly didn't like the game.
Yeah.
I just, by the looks of it, I'm just like, no, thank you. But next game, let's see. We covered Metro Last Light May 14th, Resident Evil Revelations. If I could talk, May 21st. Now, I don't know if you've heard of this game. I know nothing about it, absolutely nothing. But Grid 2, what is it basically? Can you explain?
Pretty much racing.
Yeah.
All racing.
Really?
Yeah.
How long has it been in the works for now? Hasn't Grid 2 been like they've been working on that? I know they've been working on it for a while.
Yeah, pretty much. And then, like, the first one wasn't great, and then they brought the second one. Didn't. I think it had less features
Yeah.
than the first one.
Now, June had some pretty exciting releases. First, we have on June 4th. I did play this game, so I do have a good opinion about it. Remember Me was released on June 4th. Now, I played this game even from my channel, so if you guys are watching this, you can go check out the playlist if you're watching on my point of view.
Why would you ever do that? I'm joking. It's a joke.
But Remember Me was released on June 4th, and I was kind of disappointed at the fact, it was at a very close release date with another game I'm going to mention in a minute. But it was actually a pretty good game, honestly. I liked it.
Yeah, besides the fact that it was ugly.
I honestly, wait, what do you mean ugly though?
Because you played it on a console.
Okay, but that's an opinion.
Now that's
But
true.
honestly,
That is true.
I thought
sir.
that the story, it had some really cool mechanics, like the fact of remixing memories. Combat was a bit repetitive, and it is an old combat style. It's just like the basic, mash buttons for combos and stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of like your everyday
Everything.
combo system. Yeah. Combat system. But it was honestly a good game. I liked it. And also that same day, the Elder Scrolls Skyrim Legendary Edition, which is basically just like a Game of the Year edition of Skyrim, comes with all the DLC.
Yeah, because somehow, in some weird, crazy fashion, Skyrim didn't get Game of the Year, which is ridiculous.
It really should have. What did get Game of the Year last year?
Wait,
Can't remember.
last year? That's
Yeah.
Was Skyrim a 2012 game? I thought it was no. It
No,
was
Skyrim was
2011.
2011.
Yeah, so that
But what
wasn't.
did-
Well, last year was Halo 4.
Okay. What about 2011?
I don't actually know. You'd have to look that up.
All right.
I can't right now
So,
because both my monitors are preoccupied.
Yeah, so am I. So Elder Scrolls, nothing really to say about that, considering, we could go on for Skyrim, but I think we should save Skyrim for, like, another podcast. Because that's really something you can talk about for a long time when you think about it.
Yeah.
Next game was released 5 days after, Remember Me in the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. On June 9th, Animal Crossing New Leaf, which I know a lot of you guys, I think Ryan said he hated it. Preston,
Animal
I think...
Crossing.
Yeah, I don't think you guys said you hated it. A lot of people were saying that, like, and I took an RPG class this week, and a lot of people said they loved it and they got really hooked on it.
Because they're a bunch of little kids. It's Animal Crossing.
17, 18.
Animal Crossing. Like, we're talking
What about
about
if we had-
little animals.
Human Crossing.
Have you, like, played it before, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, when
It
I was
was
like,
the most pointless game. It made me feel like it was a Facebook game on a console.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. I didn't play Animal Crossing, but,
It
Well,
was stupid.
yeah.
In all legitimacy of gaming. I was surprised I didn't see Zynga on the loading screen. Like, I thought that Don
Good
Matrick was just going to be sitting there like, welcome, this is my company now.
Surprised it wasn't
for
a
real.
Flash game.
We talked about that Don Matrick in the last podcast.
Yeah,
I
we
think,
did.
or the
I don't think it
podcast.
was the last one. I think it was one, or maybe it was the last
Yeah,
one.
one before.
Yeah.
I think it was one before.
Whatevs.
Next game came out 5 days after. Pretty big one. The Last of Us,
Mm-hmm.
which I did play. I loved it. It was like, I know Ryan, you'll probably disagree, but it's probably my favorite game so far this year. So far, though. I mean, there's a good chance that games in like November will take over, but yeah, I really loved The Last of Us. In my opinion, I got hooked on the story. I liked it. Gameplay at times was a little iffy. You know, I kind of wish that they had more player skins. Like they could have, you know, they announced it in 2011. And I have to say, honestly, with The Last of Us, I was like one of those people that was kind of confused when I heard about it. Because I do, what is it, Preston?
Oh, no, sorry. I was playing again.
Wow, I am so upset right now.
Why?
All right, so for 2011,
Oh.
we have the MMO of the year is DC Universe Online. That first off just upsets me because I think the DC Universe is moronic. I hate DC. Like, I hate DC Comics. It's so bad. Marvel is just so much better. But anyway, that's first. Simulation of the year was DCS A-10C Warthog. It is a like military flight simulator.
Yeah.
Strategy game of the year, Frozen Synapse. Action game of the year was Batman Arkham City. I think that's what beat Skyrim out, if I remember correctly.
I disagree with that.
I completely
a lot.
disagree with that, but
We'll save that for a different pod.
adventure.
Should we save that for?
No, adventure game of the year, Gemini Rue, which is like a 16-bit game. Indie game of the year, Dungeons of Dreadmore, which I actually heard pretty good things about. It's like RuneScape style, I guess.
Oh, okay.
First person shooter of the year for single player, Modern Warfare 3, of course.
Yeah, because it's Call of Duty.
Exactly. First person shooter of the year multiplayer, this surprised me. Red Orchestra 2, Heroes of Stalingrad.
Game. Really?
Yeah. Puzzle
Interesting.
game of the year,
All right.
Portal 2. Mod of the year, No More Room in Hell, which is a zombie mod.
For what game?
It is for Source SDK. Yeah, so it's for Source. It's just a Source
Okay.
mod. And then update of the year is League of Legends.
All right. Anyways, back to 2013. The Last of Us. I think I was talking about it. Yeah, I got really hooked onto the story. I really liked it. You know, it's kind of like it was actually quite emotional at some parts. It was really emotional.
Wow.
And graphics I thought were pretty good. I like that. And I think I was saying earlier, I was kind of confused on it. Like, I may sound really stupid for saying this, but I remember seeing things about this in 2011, and I thought it came out in 2011.
Oh.
Like, I see things about it, and I'm like, oh, cool, The Last of Us, is that a new game that came out? And I'm like, well, since, you know, at the time I was big into, like, other games and stuff, I'm like, I don't think I'll get it. And, you know, I'm like, I didn't realize that was just ads for, like, the future. And then I see it this year, and I'm like, didn't this game come out in 2011? I don't know. I think it might just be me, but that's the only thing that really happened with it. But I really loved the game.
Yeah.
Like I said, I really did like the game, though. Anyways,
Not a big fan of it.
yeah, I understand.
No, I mean, like, okay.
Yeah.
Talking
Player
about
skins
game
and
of the
the
year.
AI.
This is the thing. Game of the year to me. Now,
I couldn't hear you at all. I couldn't
yeah, I
couldn't
know
hear you at
because
all.
Preston
was
did
blowing
something
me.
stupid as usual. But here's the thing: is as far as game of the year goes, there have been plenty of stupid decisions, as we just saw as Batman Arkham City being picked over Skyrim.
Yeah.
So that's that. Actually, wait, hold on. There's a second page to this. But Preston, could you please quit doing that in your microphone? It'd be very much so appreciated. And by appreciated, I mean either stop it or I'm kicking you. Thank you. Okay, so apparently Skyrim did get a Game of the Year spot. It was
Really?
Game of the Year and RPG. Oh, it got 2. It was the overall Game of the Year for 2011.
Oh,
It was the Game of
Well,
the Year
case
and
closed.
it was the RPG of the Year.
case closed. All right, everybody.
Skyrim won.
Well, it makes so much sense.
Well, of course
though.
it does, because Bethesda releases a new Elder Scrolls game like every 6
It's
to
instant.
7
It's
years,
like-
and when they do,
like instant.
yeah, exactly. It's like, well, that game obviously is going to be Game of the Year. I mean, we
Everybody's
just
just
need to
like,
accept that.
yay, we may have a chance at Game of the Year. It's like, oh, guess what? Skyrim's out. Nope, we're
Yep,
done.
we're done. Like, there's a Bethesda game coming out. Is it Fallout? Please tell us it's Fallout. Please tell us it's Fallout. Oh, it's an Elder Scrolls.
all
we
right,
quit.
everybody, pack up your bags. We're gonna work on a different game, and let's make a game for next year. So because we obviously know there's not going to be an Elder Scrolls game that year,
Yeah.
but let's see. So in June we covered Remember Me, Animal Crossing, The Last of Us, and Deadpool is the next and final one. Your thought? I know Nick was pretty excited for it because he is a big fan of Deadpool, like the comic book character.
Yeah, I'm not.
I kind of like Deadpool, like the comic book character. I did like him.
Meh. Meh, 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 meh.
The thing I like about him though is he the thing I like about his game is he knows he's in a game.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Meh.
It got a 6 on IGN, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. 6. That's not good.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
All right. So now we have a lot of games were released in July, but I thought there wouldn't be too many games released. But let's see. Dark, Mortal Kombat, Civilization 5,
Civilization
Dark,
5 is like
Brave New World.
apparently
Yep.
one of the biggest and best games that has come out, according to a ton of people.
Civ 5 didn't come out this year though, did it?
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't say anything about it earlier,
Okay, my
so
mic was
I don't think
crooked.
it
Sorry
did.
if that made noise.
It did just a little bit though.
Okay, because it was bothering
Um,
me. Does this make noise?
Yes.
I'm joking.
Yes.
I know it does.
Okay. So Civilization 5 Brave New World, didn't try it, but I did hear Civ 5 was pretty good. Civ 5 came out last year, I think.
Yeah.
Because I never said anything about it, and now we're talking about DLC. Because I obviously would have talked about
Yeah,
it
exactly.
if it had come out. Because I know I see Hayden playing that like every night now. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Alright. So, let's see. We've got Dark for Xbox 360, didn't play it. Metal Gear Solid, the Legacy Collection, NCAA Football. Serious Sam? Anybody played that?
No,
I
I'm
didn't.
not.
Okay. The Smurfs 2. The game. Like I said, that goes back to what I said earlier. I hate games that were based off of movies.
I
all right.
kind of agree with that, because a lot of the games that are based off movies are just so bad that it's not even comparable.
So today is July 26th. We are now out of games that have been released. Like now we're going on to games that will be released. So we're going to talk about thoughts now, I guess. Like on the upcoming games. So let's talk about some big ones. First we're going to start off with let's see. There's a lot of games being released in August, but I hear the first one starts like near halfway down the line. Payday 2 on August 13th. Payday the Heist looked like a really fun game. So I'm going to have a PC built hopefully by around mid-August where I'll be able to play Payday 2. But it looked really fun and I look forward to it. What about you?
Meh.
You liked Payday the Heist though, didn't you?
Yeah, I do. But I don't know. I have to see Payday 2, because it seems like all these sequels that are coming out just look bad.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Next, on August 20th, Saints Row the 4th. Or Saints
That
Row
looks
4.
so bad.
Yep.
Not even lying. That looks
Uh-huh.
tragic how bad it is.
I know. I see what you mean. I see some people talking about it's so unrealistic that it's like funny. But
Isn't one of the weapons a giant
Well,
dildo?
that was like in
That was-
Saints Row.
that was
the
Saints
Third.
Row 3.
But
That was
no,
Saints Row.
see, now
Yeah,
it's like you're supposedly the president, and
Yeah, of the
there's,
world.
like, yeah,
Of
of
the
the world,
world.
not of a country, of the world. Okay, and,
you have a dubstep
aliens are
gun.
invading.
And you have superpowers.
Yeah, and you're like Magic Man. You're like Magic Mike.
You can fly like across cities. and
Magic
stuff.
Mike.
Oh my god, that movie.
Have you actually seen
No.
it?
No, I haven't. Did you see it, Preston?
I saw like 10 minutes of it.
What'd you think?
The bit that
You guys want to know the
what's his
funny thing
name?
about Magic Mike?
What?
The time
There's
of its
nothing magic
release, it
in
was
it.
the first time in history that men have went to go see a movie about a teddy bear, and women have went to go see a movie about strippers.
Ted.
That's a good point because that's when Ted came
Yeah,
out.
Ted and Magic
Um,
Mike. Ted was the guy movie, and Magic Mike was the girl movie.
Now you like Final Fantasy, don't you, Ryan?
Fantastic games, yes.
On August 27th, Final Fantasy 14:
I will play
A
it,
Realm
looks horrible.
Reborn. What?
I will play it, but it looks horrible.
I see what you mean. My dad's pretty excited for this game, Madden NFL 25, is coming out August 27th. Because he's a big fan of sports games. Ryan.
There's two reasons why I just threw up there. Because first off, you said the word Madden, and second off, because you said, or because I realized that if he does get it, he's going to be playing it on a PlayStation, which just makes it that much worse.
Okay. So that's it
Why I throw
for
up twice.
August releases. All right. So September. Dead or Alive 5.
Dead
Ultimate.
or five.
Dead or 5.
choose. The choice is yours.
Do you want to die or do you want to give me $5? It's your decision.
$5 or you die.
Yeah, that's pretty much what Dead or 5 is.
Well, how am I going to get
anyways.
killed, sir? Well, it'll be slow and painful. And
It's the same way that they
I won't
wanted
do
to.
anything to you at all. I just want $5
Never
so
mind.
that I can go and get some Mickey D's because I'm a fat American. America, fuck yeah.
America.
Fuck yeah.
McDonald's. Fuck.
McDonald's. No,
September
wait.
actually had a really
You
good
can't make
game
fun of
coming
us for
out.
McDonald's even though ours is fattier. Because you guys' McDonald's taste like shit, first off.
Yeah.
No, yours.
No.
Yours tastes
You
like shit.
don't. Okay, so this I forget
It's
who I
pure
explained this for.
American.
No, I explained this to someone before. Have you guys ever eat homemade hamburgers? Like, have your parents ever made homemade hamburgers?
No,
Yes.
you've already explained this to me.
Jack.
Yes. Yeah.
So they have.
Yeah.
Do they sit there and pat the burgers off, like with a paper towel, to get every bit of grease off them?
Sometimes, yeah.
Are you serious?
They don't
Oh.
for me.
That is disgusting.
They're just weird.
Okay, well, anyway, usually they taste better with some grease. Now, I'm not saying that McDonald's is right, because their 100% real beef is just the name of the company that sells them their fake meat. But what I'm saying is, like, you guys' McDonald's tastes like shit, because not only is it fake beef, but there's no grease on it either. So it just tastes like fake beef. And it's, like,
Yeah.
not kept in, like... It's not kept hot by
Right.
the grease, so I've had it.
How-
I've had it before. It tastes like shit.
Okay.
I don't even think
When
it's
did you-
beef.
when
I
did
think
you come to England?
It
That's
wasn't
just
directly in
meat.
England, but I've had like stuff from other countries in like what's it called?
You haven't had anything from.
It
England
doesn't matter.
itself.
You guys have the same corporation standards as the other countries over there.
McDonald's
Alright.
over here is disgusting.
Yeah, exactly. It's disgusting. Okay, second off, you don't have Wendy's. So that means you haven't experienced a Baconator, which means that you
Oh
have
my
never
God.
lived.
That actually does sound quite nice.
Yeah, picture the best hamburger you've ever had. Okay. Now, take two of them and stack them on top of each other. They're square, real burgers. Put American cheese on them, and then about a half a pound of bacon, and put it on a incredibly soft sesame seed bun.
Oh wow.
That is a Baconator.
Yeah.
If you have not eaten one of those, you have not lived. Your life is not complete yet.
All right.
Well, you're
Back to
deaf.
game releases.
Exactly.
Because
Because I had a Baconator. Now my life was complete. I just didn't need to live
I
again.
don't understand this. right
Yeah,
here.
don't have a
we talked
baconator,
about.
otherwise you'll die.
So
Pretty much.
no, if you eat a baconator, you die pretty much.
That's
or
what
if
I
you
just
eat
said.
enough. No, you said that they don't. Well, anyways, we've got a couple more months, but we've got in September Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate. We talked about that. Diablo 3. I don't understand that. Didn't Diablo come out last year or the year before? I can't remember.
The year before.
Diablo, not wait. Diablo.
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 Yeah, Diablo.
Jack, do you say Diablo or Diablo?
Diablo. But that's just because where I'm from.
Yeah, true that.
All right, but anyways, Diablo 3. I thought that was released like 2 years ago, but whatever. The list could be glitched, or needs a type or has a typo. I mean, Total War Rome 2 is coming out that day, September 3rd. Killzone, nah, not a huge fan.
Okay, you know what? I'm not going to say any names, but I just want to touch on a quick topic. Okay.
Yeah. Well, if you say you're not going to say any names, we obviously know who you're talking.
Girl gamers suck.
Okay, there we
I'm
go.
just
I
going
already
to
know
throw
who you're
this
talking.
out there, okay?
Right, yep. I
All
get
of
it
us
now.
put a ton of work into our videos, and we make, I would like to think I make pretty decent content. I mean, I don't think
Wait.
that it's bad.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Okay,
Honestly.
my
And I upload
thumbnails
a
are
ton.
high quality. I use
I
good
has
music.
Wait.
I have a
IS
professional
Cupquake
grade
has high-quality
microphone.
videos.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing. Here's what it comes down to. First off, I don't have tits. So that's that. And second
Yeah,
off,
that's-
my voice,
you have to
as
get-
decent as it is not as attractive as...
Oh
There
my
it is.
god, you guys, we're gonna play survival today, and I don't really know how to play this game, but here's my best shot. Oh my god, I don't know how to edit. Oh my god.
And that's essentially like most of the girl gamers on YouTube. And now when I say most,
But
I'm
not
not
IS
saying
Cupquake.
all. I'm not saying that there aren't good girl gamers. I'm just saying the vast majority that have 750 subs or more.
Or 10,000. Around 10,000.
Well, I'm saying anywhere, dude. Anything above 200 subscribers. It's solely because
Except
you're a woman.
IS Cupquake. IS Cupquake.
Dude, she's awesome though. But here's the
She's-
thing though,
she knows
it's
what
not
she's doing.
legitimate content. They like you because you're a girl. And that just bothers me because
It does to me, too.
I mean, I get it. It's the internet. But if you are that obsessed over women, go to Pornhub or something. Jesus Christ, not YouTube.
Yes.
All right?
I mean, it just makes me so angry.
It's not like they're sitting there
Oh yeah.
What'd you say?
But here's the thing.
Yeah. Just like that. Hit him with that
Okay, so
diamond
here's what I
sword.
that's not what they do. Okay, that's not
Okay, so
YouTube.
here's what I hate. I look at a girl gamer. She uploads, let's say, one video every 2 weeks, right? And it's about I would say 10 minutes long, right?
Uh-huh.
And I look at her amount of videos. She has 28 videos, around, let's say, 10,000 subs. Really bad frame rates on games. And then I look at me. It's I actually put a custom thumbnail up. I upload about 4 to 5. You could say I
Sam,
upload.
you use a Mac.
Yeah, but still, I can make frame rates actually pretty decent on Minecraft.
Oh, my thumb just clicked. It's weird.
But anyways, I just see and then I look at myself and I'm like, okay, maybe my profile picture is not as good as hers, but it was obviously made for her by some fanboy. Her intro was obviously made for her by some fanboy. She doesn't have any custom thumbnails because probably I know somebody would probably be as loyal, but she's probably is too lazy and she doesn't know how to upload a custom thumbnail because uploading is impossible. Let's see. Also, video average videos per month around 3. So that's her. Me, intro made by me, thumbnails made by me. Videos per month are about 90 videos to 100 videos per month.
That is insanely too many. Just insane.
Yeah, I know.
God, dude, 100 videos a month. That's upwards of 3 a day.
Oh.
Yeah. That's just what I'm estimating though.
Skylar's
And,
Minecraft is in here.
All custom thumbnails made by me. I I like to think, I'm decent at commentary. I wouldn't say, I'm not going to go ahead and say, oh my god, I'm amazing at talking, because, there are times where I get tripped up in my words and I, can't say anything.
Or doesn't
and,
everybody?
Yeah, but, I like to think, I'm a decent commentator, and then I look at myself, she has 10,000 subs, and I have 154.
But you're Sam.
Please, not today.
Alright, yeah,
but
Sam.
also, Ryan, I look at your videos, pretty high quality. Also, one more thing to mention, banner, girl, doesn't have a single banner, and if she does, it's, something she made in Microsoft Paint, or whatever the Mac version, considering most girl gamers have a Mac. I look at your banner, amazing. Profile picture, pretty amazing. Obviously, in my opinion, I used to use that ellipse form a lot, so I'm not a huge fan of it, but obviously, it's still amazing. Intro amazing, video quality amazing, frame rate amazing. Voice, I think your voice, no homo, but I think your voice is actually pretty nice to hear. It's decent to hear.
Yes, it is. Why, thank you, good sir.
Ryan sounds like a little girl.
Oh my gosh,
No, it
Preston, that's
doesn't.
so mean. Why would you ever
Anyways,
say that? Jeez.
We went pretty off topic there, but did you have anything else to say about that, Ryan?
Nah, pretty much. I don't know. I wanted to rant for a bit.
Obviously, we may get hated on, but it happens. All right. I think the only thing that I really have notable in September is Grand Theft Auto 5 coming out on September 17th. What are your thoughts?
Fantastic.
Looks
Yeah.
amazing.
I saw the gameplay. I'm like, I want that.
Saints Row the
I
free
want-
people better not have ruined it.
Fantastically fantastic.
In October, first we have in October Pokemon X and Y. Not a huge fan.
Meh.
I
Meh.
don't like the new Pokemon games. Honestly, right when Black and White came out, I bought them. Or I think I bought Black or White. I can't remember. I think I bought Black, yeah. I bought them. I'm like, I hate this new generation.
I've hated the new generation since
Since
past Hoenn.
Hoenn.
Hoenn was the last.
I honestly
decent
kind of
one.
like Sinnoh.
No, Sinnoh
pretty much,
sucks.
I'm just gonna
Sinnoh
say-
sucks.
Really, I kind of
No,
liked
it's
Sinnoh.
horrible. Chimchar, go F yourself with your own fiery little thing. And
I feel like Chimchar's a bit
Turtwig, go
of a
F yourself too. You were the stupidest starter of the whole. Actually, I don't know. Chimchar's pretty stupid. And what's the other one? The little puffy thing.
Piplup.
Piplup?
Penguin.
Sloth.
Piplup. I
Chewbacca.
want to light him on fire.
Oh my god.
ASF.
I want to burn him. No, I want to burn Turtwig to the ground. Okay.
Because he's
And then
grass
I want
type,
to
so
take his shell and beat Chimchar with it while it's covered in
which
dirt.
obviously Chimchar is going to have a resistance to because he's a grass type.
What? Chimchar?
Unless,
What?
of course,
Or
are you using a normal type
I
move?
just said I
Is that a
burnt
normal type?
Turtwig, which means he has a
Yeah,
shell,
which is
which
super
was dug in the
effective.
ground. Okay, it's a ground type. I'm gonna pick it up and beat Chimchar with it.
Which is super effective because ground is super effective.
Exactly.
On, fire.
And then I'm gonna rub my hands against Chimchar's fur so that I build up some static and just grab Piplup and just squeeze him.
And since Piplup is water type, electric is.
But then
You
when
know-
they're all knocked out and they're all KO'd, I'm gonna take a knife and slit all their throats.
Oh,
Wow.
my.
Yeah, I
Anyways,
really don't
after
like
that-
the new series of Pokemon. They are retarded to me.
Next, we have Batman Arkham Origins, the third installment in the Batman Arkham series. What do you guys think? Did anybody here play Asylum or City?
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm not Batman.
This is my Batman impression.
That was
No,
horrible.
I'm Dirty Dan.
No, you're Pinhead Larry.
He's Jelly Jack.
And then we have Batman Arkham Origins. What do you think, guys?
Huh?
Batman Arkham Origins.
Eh.
Meh.
Next, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, killing the franchise, in my opinion. I feel like Assassin's Creed, the Assassin's Creed series is just done. I'll play it. but I feel like, just to see how good it is through gameplay, but I'm not sure if I'm going to like it.
Sam,
What?
You'd play every game.
Yeah, I would, because I like video games.
Yeah,
And
Sam-
on the same
Sam-
day,
I'm pretty sure all like video games here.
Do we? I don't know. I'm not a big gamer. I'm not a big fan of the games.
if you just play Minecraft, you're not a gamer.
Them game things. Teach me how to game.
I don't know how. That actually makes sense, though. That's grammatically correct. Teach me how to game. Because game is technically a verb. It can be a verb, isn't it? Or is it just a slang as a verb? Like, is it a slang as a verb, or can it actually be used as a verb?
I'm going to go game now.
This
Yeah.
is summertime.
I am.
But on the same day as Assassin's Creed 4 is released, Battlefield 4 is going to be released.
Garbo.
And then finally, we have the 2 lone releases in November. Call of Duty Ghosts on November 5th.
Woot-ish.
I can just-
Yeah. I guess. I liked some of the Call
What's
of
the
Duty
next one?
games. Watch Dogs.
Wait, you
I-
completely forgot one.
There's nothing else in November.
Yes,
I
there
know you're
is.
gonna
Those
say-
things are lying.
No, but it's just 2 games. But I do know Titanfall, which look.
That's what I was waiting on.
Ryan, Hayden, and Nick are probably going to be doing a co-op on that.
Hold on, wait. Let me try that again. Can I try that again? Can I do a redo? Can I do a redo?
Yeah. I heard a ring in my ear.
Alright, mine didn't sound like a kazoo, did it?
But anyways, Call of Duty Ghosts was released
Woo.
November 5th. Titanfall. Do you know what day Titanfall is going to be released? Shut up, Preston. Do you know what day Titanfall is going to be released, Ryan? Preston, shut up.
Sometime.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
I can't hear you, Ryan.
It's
Sorry, Preston.
sometime in November. I don't remember if it has a concrete release date, but I know that they
It's
said it's sometime in
November.
December.
You gotta
Or
remember.
November.
November. you
Anyways,
gotta
so we got
remember.
Call of Duty Ghosts November 5th and Watch Dogs. Now, Titanfall looks amazing in everything. And also, another game I look so much forward to is Watch Dogs. I want that game. Like, I want it. I want it.
He wants it.
I wants it. I want it though. But that's the last game that honestly I haven't seen anything. There's nothing on December releases or anything, but we may cover that in a different podcast.
He wants to be.
But that was an hour and 17 minutes of game coverage.
Yeah.
Obviously there were people who never talked in this podcast like Corey.
Because Corey's not here right now.
It's his
mother. So we can kind of say Corey was a bit of a spectator.
I just like to listen to what you guys hear. I mean, what
Corey's mum was here,
you guys talk about.
but Corey wasn't.
Yeah.
Leisure Suit Larry.
Corey, it's your
Late.
bedtime. You need to get to sleep. It's like
Oh,
it's
really
like
now?
totally 9:34. You have school tomorrow, even though you don't have school for like another 2 months.
Exactly.
I actually don't
Stay
have
up
school
until
for
12.
another
You're not allowed to stay
12
up
days.
until 12 anymore. I said so. Now get your butt to bed.
Excuse you.
I'm your mother. Jeez, you don't talk to me in that tone of voice.
Shut
All right.
the fuck up.
So that was pretty much
Oh,
everything. On
You did
releases.
not just say that to me.
I did.
Now me and your real mom are totally gonna make tiny little babies, and they're gonna be so much better.
God.
I don't see how that's possible, but.
So
alright.
guys, do you think now's a good time to end off that podcast?
I don't
I thought we did.
Do you think that it's
No,
a
we
good
didn't.
time to end it off now?
Or do you guys want to
Pretty
keep talking?
good,
We can.
Ah, mine.
We
My
we
recording-
can.
My file's corrupt.
Oh, well that
He's a
sucks.
pedophile. He's a pedophile.
All right, guys. So now I think is a good time to end off the podcast.
Sam's a pedophile, they say.
Hopefully my files didn't get corrupted, but
Oh,
anyways,
they
from my
didn't say
dismissal,
he's a pedophile. He is a pedophile.
who me?
He's a pedophile. It's true.
Technically, I can't.
When
I
his
can't.
viewers saw his face,
I don't know how to.
they
I don't know how
used
to.
I don't
their
know how to
names. They
pedophile.
sprayed it in his face.
Hey,
So
okay,
wait, hold
so
on. Actually, a
from-
completely random topic news at the end of the podcast. Just randomly throwing this in there. So, did you guys hear about that guy who's getting the death penalty?
Nope.
Yeah, that guy who's been all over the news, Zimmerman.
no. Oh,
Oh,
Zimmerman?
yeah.
He's getting the death penalty. So now he
Who?
has to sit on death row for 6.5 years while we do nothing and just let him live his life.
Wait, who?
This dude who killed people, or something.
Yeah, actually, that was just north of where I was, just a
Oh,
bit.
Is that what he actually did? He did kill people? Because I honestly haven't paid attention to it at all. I just happened to.
He killed this
Sam,
kid.
did he
in
kill
Trayvon.
you?
No, it was up in
Well, that's a
Sanford,
shame.
Sam's
which
a
is,
ghost.
which is north of where I live.
Sam's a ghost, everyone.
Oh, I think I know the guy
I
that you're
think
going
it's a
on
good
about.
place to end
Yeah,
off.
Trayvon Martin is who he
Bye.
killed.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that guy.
Yeah.
George
the
Zimmerman.
dude with the thing in the
I thought he was proven innocent, though.
I don't think so. I just.
No, he was proven innocent. I'm pretty sure I
I
heard
definitely
that.
just heard that some huge dude just got the death penalty today, and I thought it was him. See, here's what happened. I walked by the TV, and I heard the news, and I heard
glanced at it.
has been given the death penalty and shall sit on death row until a time where his life can be terminated properly. And I was like, after that, if you killed people, we should kill you in the same way that you killed the person. That's how society should work. I'm sorry if that sounds cynical, but this is how
Eye
it
for
should
an
work.
eye, an eye for an eye. You
Yeah,
mean like
like,
Hammurabi's
Okay,
code.
or for instance, if you got if you tortured someone for 5.5 years, like that dude, that sick bastard that like tortured those women.
Oh, for like 10 years?
Yeah, remember? And he
so?
like had one
Yeah.
of them like give him like 2 kids like forcibly, and he like kept them in their basement, and then they broke out down in like Cleveland, Ohio, or something.
Yeah.
Well, for that dude, I think he got the death penalty. That might have actually been the dude who just got the death penalty or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But anyway,
Because I'm like, George Zimmerman.
okay, it doesn't
guy
matter. It doesn't
was
matter, but it might have been
proven
that guy. But still, whatever. So I'm like, that's getting off too easy. What should happen is we should like tie you down in a basement and force you to sit down there and get raped for the next like 5 years.
Oh,
You should be raped, beaten, and like tortured for the next 5 years. I'm sorry if that sounds like cruel.
sit him on one of them
And then make him
machines.
swallow.
And then kill him, and then kill him. Is
No,
that
no,
what
no,
you're saying?
no, not kill him. No, just do that for 5 years. See if he comes out okay. Then put him into like mental rehabilitation.
Make him think he's crazy, like it never happened.
Yeah, exactly. Just like legitimately, dude. Like that's what we should do to people. Like if you shoot like 5 people, then you get shot. That's how you're gonna die. You should die by the same way or means that you killed.
So
other
basically,
people.
eye for an eye, like Hammurabi's code.
Yeah.
You know, unless it was all justified. Like,
Yes,
he had no choice.
of course. Unless it's justified, then it's okay. But I'm saying, like, if you like got the bright idea that you're gonna walk into a school and blow people up with a bomb, then I'm sorry, we should blow every tiny little like piece of your body up with M80s. Just like one piece at a time. Take like quarter sticks of dynamite, tie them to your hands. There's one hand. All right, next one, and like leave the head for last. Like, that is how the economy should work.
Oops.
I guarantee you there'd be a lot less serial killers.
It's true.
I don't know.
But the thing is, I feel like life in prison is actually a lot worse.
Are
than
you
that, though.
high?
I feel like a serial killer because.
Wait, hold on. Did you just say life in prison is hard? Dude, life in prison is
No,
easy.
worse than. No, I mean like you get raped and
You know,
beat
they-
to
Dude,
More
that
than
happens to like
prisoners.
maybe like 1/20th of the population that goes into a like maximum maximum security prison. That's not like every prison.
Like,
some
seriously,
prisons you can actually like.
people in prison get treated better than people
Yeah,
outside.
you realize like okay, let me run down prison for you, like the average prison. Okay, let me
Right?
give
Have
you
you
a
ever
quick
been to
rundown.
prison?
No, but I know people that have been in it. All right, listen. Let me give you a quick rundown. You work, you make money, and I mean better money than you make outside of prison. Okay?
At least you
Your
have a deal.
cable, you get full HD cable for I'm not kidding you, $7 a month for 200 channels.
Oh my god.
You can buy any type of food that you could possibly imagine as long as you have the money.
Actually, this depends on what prison. If it's like
Actually, I did
Yeah.
hear that there was a man who he stole $1 from a bank so he could get arrested and have free healthcare.
Yeah, and you get free healthcare.
Pretty much.
Like, legitimately, people have done that. People have, like, gotten out of prison, realized how stupid life on the outside is because they got everything handed to them in prison, and went back. Like,
homeless people going to prison because like
they get food and healthcare and everything. Why wouldn't you?
yeah.
And I think, there's like some prisons where they give you access to a computer.
Oh, dude, a lot of them do. Almost all of them give you access to a computer at least, like, twice a week.
And then they block Pornhub. And they're
No,
like,
they actually don't.
"Ah." Yeah, I know. But I
Yeah,
mean,
they don't
like,
block anything, dude. Their networks are so easy. Like,
Well, I mean, you're in network and administration. So.
yeah, we actually had a person from a, like, moderate security prison, like, come in and, like, talk to us about, like, how their networks are set up, and I was just sitting there like, dude, I could do this in my sleep. Like, I don't even need Linux for this. I could use Mac and still make a proper server, which is sad.
Well, anything else to talk about?
Not really.
I'm playing hide and seek and I've been doing pretty good.
All right. So, thank you guys very much for watching.
Wait, one more
Oh
thing.
my god.
Okay,
Shut up.
what about that thing they were talking about at the beginning, before we started this?
Oh yeah, like what are we gonna do next?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, for those of
Oh, yeah.
you, so like the two of you who make it through, who make it through the entire podcast, you should leave a comment down below and let us know what our subject for the next podcast should be.
That would
Yeah,
be
honestly-
Andy just sitting there commenting on us.
Yeah, essentially.
Just
I mean, what I would like for people to do is not just like keep the podcast open in a tab, just like go into a different tab, lay back, listen to it a bit. That's what I hope people do, if they do listen to it and get through it.
Which they probably don't.
Oh, do you
I
know where
mean-
the IT suite is on the hotel map
Okay,
on
you guys.
hide and seek?
Well, on that note, we're gonna end it off.
Thank you very much for
and
watching.
as always, you guys, it's been MMFQ Death, and thank you all for watching.
Like, subscribe, if you like to do more. It's been Summer War Stars here, and peace. Bye.
What?
The fuck?